Listen up, Helldivers, this here is the 5th and final episode in a series of Terminid training videos, teaching you about the enemies at our doors. This time we're going to be talking about the Brood Commanders, Shriekers, and Bile Titans. Now, as always, these enemies show up on all Terminid control planets. And first of all, we'll start with the Brood Commanders. These are named after a strain of Terminids that existed in the First Galactic War, and are heavily armored variants of the Warrior. Brood Commanders can be found on all difficulty levels, but only as objectives in the first 3. While these can call for bug breaches, they can also call for backup from Warriors and Hive Guards. But this can be stopped by a healthy shot of high-impact lead. This will stagger them and push them back. They have a lot more health than their Warrior counterpart because of their much larger size. But this makes it easier for us to spot and neutralize these bastards. They have unarmored front legs, but getting rid of them won't guarantee a kill. And, like the Chargers, they can get real mad and charge directly at you. If they make contact with your scrawny ass, you'll go flying for 6. And on top of all that, they get an extra few seconds without their head for angry attacks. Next up, we have our newest Terminid terrorist, the Shrieker. Appearing shortly after the activation of the Terminid control systems on the barrier planets within the Umlaut sector, theories have it that these flying shitbags were a cause of Terminid mutation, caused by said control systems. They have a large wingspans, travel in groups, and will swoop down at their enemies. That's me and you, Helldiver. These dickheads have their own nests, leading to theories saying that the mutation has affected hunter eggs before they hatched. They also look a lot like hunters but with wings, leading to more truth behind said theory. Shriekers will appear on hard difficulty or higher. They are lightly armored, so any weapon can knock the wind from these bug bastard wings. Now, onto the Terminid's big bad brother, the one we all fear. The one we boast about killing the most. The one that gives the voting boost nightmares. The Bile Titan. These are massively sized Terminids that appear to be the final growth stage of the Bile Spewer. These can be found on challenging difficulty as an elimination target, and the harder you go, the more they spawn in. They are huge, but don't let that lead you into a false sense of security, because these big boys aren't slow. They spit bile to melt any unsuspecting Helldiver, and they will often be seen stamping their large spiky claws into our democratic loving souls. Another fear of these is that because of their huge hulking size, they can and will kill you if they fall on you after you finally manage to bring one to its death. So save your celebration for Back on the Destroyer, rookie. Right, with all that in mind, it's time to talk tactics. Now, the Brood Commander can kick a Helldiver's ass with ease, if you don't know what you're doing. So, to slow one of these down, you can blow off its legs. The front ones aren't armored. Rocket and grenade launchers really help to take these down easy, in one shot. Also, impact grenades are a good way of slowing them down and pushing back the broods. But be careful. If they're too close to you, they'll knock you for 6 too. And remember, they can attack without their heads, so be careful when delivering that final head-popping headshot. To deal with one of these, may I recommend the Breaker shotgun to push them back, and then fire a little grenade pistol shot at them to add an extra bit of damage. Or, if you have the time, you can charge a Quasar Blast and kill him in a single shot. And as previously mentioned, rocket launchers, grenade launchers, and don't forget your stratagems. Now, Shriekers are a bit trickier to deal with. Likelihood is that you'll be dealing with both these Terminids at the same time. So, if you go off my previous tactic, you'll be carrying a shotgun, making it a bit harder to hit these bastards out of the sky. But don't fear, you will hit one eventually, and it will die. But if you do have a rapid-fire weapon, then you're in luck. Just aim and spray, because most guns take these weaklings out with ease. Or, for fun, there's the airburst rifle. This explodes other explosions when close to an enemy, so you'll be able to take out a big bunch of these pretty quickly. Unlike the stalkers, these will only spawn in if they have a nest to spawn from. So the quicker you take that out, the better. You can take them down with most heavy ordnance, but if you get close enough, you can call it a hell bomb. Now, finally, the Bile Titan. With these, you can kiss most normal weapons goodbye. You want to hit these with the heavy stuff. I'm talking airstrikes, orbital shit, and the 500 kg bomb. One of these right on them, and you can watch the titanic bastard fall. Or, if you have an anti-tank missile, a few headshots will suffice. Same goes for the Quasar Cannon too, but be careful, because if you piss one off, it'll head right for you, and it won't stop until either you or itself is dead. Or if your mate distracts it, that's always a good tactic, because running is only undemocratic if you're a pussy. That doesn't even make sense. They do have some squishy parts too, but realistically, you won't have chance to aim steadily enough for them. But the underside of its ass end is a good place to start. Right, that's enough of that. I hope you've learned something, Helldiver. Make sure you don't miss out on your next lesson. Technically, it's treason. We'll be talking about the automatons for the first time. I'll have to do some revision, so it might not be next week, but we'll see. But until then, you can follow me on Twitch at The Very Big Fish, or you can subscribe here so you don't miss out on any necessary Helldiver information.